Right, everybody, we are about ready to get in game for our Hearthstone National Championship presented by NACE. We're happy to be participating in this. It was one of those things where we weren't anticipating participating in Hearthstone, and it just so happened that the opportunity came up, and they were doing 1v1s, and Anthony is our lone Hearthstone player, so we're able to get some the Badgers and some Hearthstone action there, and glad that we're able to get him in and competing. So we're playing against Shawnee State tonight. Right now, he's communicating with that other player so that they can go through their bans and get that ready, and then they can get in game. So as soon as they're in game, I'll begin spectating that, and we'll hop in and take a look at it. We are on a 5-minute delay, so that's why we're seeing things now. So the stream didn't start exactly at 7. Should have been closer to probably 7:05 or 7:08, but either way, Hearthstone is a card game. Basically, for those of you unfamiliar, I know we may have some Spring Hill faculty or even some alumni watching and tuning in. Hearthstone is 1v1, although for this particular tournament, you are allowed to have 2 subs on the team. So technically, it's a team. It can be a team of up to 3, but you only have one player active at a time. So when we get in the game, you'll be able to see that a little more clearly. And each player has their own. They submit 4 decks to the opponent. Each player then bans one of those decks. We'll be playing a best of 5 tonight. So each player has to win 3 games with their remaining decks. They cannot use a deck again after having won with it. However, if a player loses with a particular deck, they may use that deck again. So some interesting rules there. That's how they do competition. All right, they are just okay. All right, still says you're preparing to battle. I can't spectate from the friends list in game, correct? There it is. The eyeball just popped up. Okay, there it goes. All right. Okay, we are getting in. Sorry about that. It's been a while since I played Hearthstone. All right, so we're gonna turn that audio down a little bit. All right, perfect. So here we have this is Hearthstone. As we're spectating Anthony's game here, we're not able to see the opponent's deck. So again, to keep things fair, we don't want anything, no funny business going on. But we do have Anthony's playing a Warlock deck, and Fierce Patty of Shawnee State is going to be playing a Warrior deck. And so you can see right now they go through the initial phase of choosing their starting 4 cards. These are randomized. They are able to um, swap out some of those, but again random. But both players banned Druid decks from the opponent. So I'm going to see how this opens up here. Starts out pretty slow. If you've never seen Hearthstone, played before, each player has a mana pool, which can be seen down here in the bottom right hand corner. Each round they get a new mana crystal. So both players starting off with 0, and then when it becomes their turn, they get a new mana crystal, and that tells them how much mana they can spend in that given round. Each card has a mana value in the upper left hand corner. So you'll see Soul Shear here for Anthony is costs 2 mana. You see that in the upper left hand corner of that card. So a lot of playing mana conservation and making sure that you're getting the cards in order to execute strategy there. So Shawnee State starting off with some face damage there to try to weaken that shield on Anthony. So now the game becomes a lot of decision making. You know, how often do you commit to face damage there, which you see Anthony's card, his unit there, the armor vendor, did damage to face. So ultimately, in order to win the game, you have to destroy the enemy's character here. So this warrior is sitting at 30 health and 5 shield, and Anthony's warlock is sitting at 30 health and 1 shield. So once that health goes down to 0, it's GG. The warlock's signature ability here is as Anthony just does a board clear here, so just kind of resetting the game at this point, but we do have a health advantage and shield for the warrior, which is common. The warriors, even their um, hero power here, does give shielding, whereas the warlock hero power, which is activatable once per round, uh, draws a card to take 2 damage. So that's kind of the warlock's. Um, that's kind of how the warlock plays here. Actually, I have a game audio turned off. Sorry about that. That's how the warlock plays. Is it's kind of on a knife's edge. You're sacrificing health in order to draw more cards to get an advantageous hand. So as you see, each round that passes, we see now we're up to 5 mana crystals per player. So he has 5 mana to spend, and saving mana doesn't necessarily do anything in subsequent rounds. If you're familiar with other trading card games like Magic, uh, that has, or even Legends of Runeterra, where you can counter and have flash abilities that you can throw out there during an opponent's turn. You can't do that in Hearthstone. So at the end of your turn, saving mana doesn't really do anything. It really encourages you to spend all of it. Whereas in Magic, you may save 2 mana so that during the opponent's turn, or Legends of Runeterra, you may save a little bit so that you can throw some spells out to counter what the opponent's doing. So Anthony pulling in with a board clear here. So his character there, this here is Death Rattle. So anytime that character dies, we have an action takes place. You see how quickly the game state shifted here. All that armor that he had. Acidic Swamp Ooze there. That's an old school card, been in the game for a really long time. It's great into Rogue and Warrior because it can get rid of their weapons that they're holding in hand. So you're going to see the Warrior every now and then throw out a card or even cast a spell that's going to give him a weapon so that when he attacks with his hero, it does additional damage and has additional effect. So now we see Anthony like holding board control here, but the opponent here, Shawnee State, does have a card here with Taunt equipped. So you see kind of this shield outline around there. That means that Anthony's cards cannot attack the hero warrior directly. Taunt means that they have to attack the taunt champion first. So almost like he draws aggro. As we see another weapon coming out from the warrior. So I'd be interested to see how many Acidic Swamp Oozes Anthony has in his deck, as the warrior definitely putting some damage down. But now we start to see some soul fragments coming in, which is going to heal Anthony back up. Again, that's something that's very kind of unique to the warlock. Take damage in order to draw extra cards, take damage to make plays, and then you're kind of gambling that you're going to get that health back a little bit later on. So go ahead and sacrifice those 2 minions in order to take out the taunt, and then we have the play here from the Sociologist Militia. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but we do have that battle cry with all the soul fragments that he was dropping into his deck. Was able to summon all of those additional minions to her side, all those 3/3 souls. So a lot of minions on the board here for Anthony. So we'll see what Shawnee State has maybe for some sort of board clear. So here we have, they do have the battle cry to drop all of the cards to 1 health, and then burning through the rest of the mana to put these other cards on the board. So real quick while we're in, we do see these, see the sleep Z's over each of those cards that were played. That basically means that those cards cannot attack that round upon being played. So typically when you play a card, you're not going to be able to um, act with it immediately. It's not going to be able to attack the opponent or any other cards in front of them immediately. There is a it's eluding me. I haven't played Hearthstone in a long time. You'll bear with me, but there is a flavor text on the card that will enable them to act right away. So a lot of damage done here from the warrior, so it's looking pretty dire. Anthony with 4 health left. He does drop the taunt minion down, which is going to give him a little bit of protection here, and he uses life tap, so dropping himself down to 2 health in order to draw some cards and hopefully get something that he's really going to need. We do notice down here he does have some lifesteal target or lifesteal cards here.
A conundrum.
Does still have some soul fragment generation. He does have another taunt card available to him. And then we have that heal come back in. So that was part of that that death rattle there on that card. So as it dies, it's going to heal. So I can come over here and we can see. It's not going to show me. There it is. So upon the death rattle, that means when that character dies, it performs an action. So we have the death rattle there, but the warrior coming in, just swinging face here, knowing that he's got the warlock on the ropes. But warlock usually has some tricks up his sleeve. We do see on the other side for where he's down to 4 cards, which Anthony's got so many here, so it's all is not lost as we see 2 more taunt cards coming out, and we have the Divine Shield on top of it, which basically means that it's going to eat free damage for one thing. So the first damage upon this unit is going to break the shield, and then the unit maintains its health and keeps the taunt up. So this could buy Anthony some time here, and he burnt a lot of cards there, but he has so many units on the board. Now, the way that other cards in here work as well is each of these units will then be able to attack on his next turn. When a unit attacks another unit on the board, they trade their damage. So the yellow number here on the left is attack strength, and then the red number on the right here. I'll say the red background, the blood drop, and then the yellow sword. So the one up here is health. So if this Murloc were to attack this Sword Eater here, they would each do 2 damage to each other. There are some abilities or some passives on those that would allow them to strike first and do their damage first. So there are always other cards that kind of get around the standard game state and the rules of the game. As we see now, the warrior is running low on cards here, and unless the game has changed greatly since I've played it, the warrior typically doesn't have a lot of draw in their decks where they're going to be able to generate a lot of cards. Unlike the Warlock, which we see Anthony's just overwhelming. But the unfortunately, the death rattle came through, and I think he didn't account for the death rattle. Oh, it's random. Oh no. Okay, so the random and what are the odds of all of those of all the minions that he had on the board? The death rattle came through and hit his hero. What are the odds? So I didn't read the text on that. That's a card I'm unfamiliar with. So very unfortunate there. But either way, they're going to get set up for their second match. So Shawnee State now has one win. Now, Anthony does have the opportunity to play his Warlock deck again if he chooses, because he lost with the deck. He can continue to play with it until he wins one. But the what happens now is that Warrior deck is gone because Shawnee State won with it. They can no longer use that Warrior deck. Now they have to move on to a different deck, and neither player knows which deck the opponent is playing. So we know that Warrior's out, and Shawnee doesn't know if Anthony's going to bring that Warlock back or not. So we're just going to wait for them to get back. Looks like they are already back in the game. So we're going to go ahead and get loaded up in there. Hearthstone goes fairly quickly as we are already back in. It looks like they're keeping in Fierce Patty. Fierce Patty, Shawnee actually has a team of three. So the starter and then their two subs, and the way it works is they are submitting 4 decks that can be played by any of their 3 team members, but they are keeping Fierce Patty in and playing this Rogue deck, which Rogue happens to be, when I played Hearthstone, was literally the only type of deck that I played. It was the only class that I played. I wasn't necessarily particularly good at it, but I did enjoy playing Rogue. So Anthony is bringing the Warlock deck back. So just a strategy choice of his, saying that he feels confident with it. And we did see he was getting board control. He had a lot of damage on the board to be able to deal to Shawnee State, but just some bad RNG there from that death rattle. So the Rogue, so this one's looked at. Rogue doesn't generate armor like the Warrior did, but the Rogue's hero power here is to equip daggers. A 1/2 dagger is the hero power. You'll see this is not a 1/2 dagger. This is from a card that gets played. So Rogue can equip a lot of weapons. Rogue also has a lot of board clearing, single target board clearing capability. But it'll have a lot of cards too that will work with or in conjunction with those weapons. So one of the things I liked about Rogue is you could build a deck and have just a lot of different play styles there. You could run a spell Rogue back in the day. You could there were some other sets that had come out where you could do a pirate rogue. There were a lot of really cool variations of rogue, but this one we do have the self-sharpening sword coming out. So now this rogue, when they attack with the hero, is going to do 3 damage. So this is not particularly concerning here when you look at the health from Anthony here, sitting at 20 left. Again, this is kind of normal. We see the acidic swamp ooze coming out. So I'm not sure if he's carrying the ooze in all of his decks, but it is a good call, especially with the rogue. Although he didn't know that he was playing rogue, that acidic swamp ooze being able to take out those weapons. So the 18 health, not particularly concerning yet, because there is a lot of health regen that the Warlock could play. But the Rogue is particularly good at board clear. So this particular unit here, this is stealth. This means that that unit cannot be attacked by another unit on the board. So you see, however, and you get the text over there on the right side. So Anthony's basically forced here. He can't attack these two stealth units until it attacks. When it attacks, the stealth goes away. So it is just currently sitting there. The rogue is waiting to use them, but that gives Anthony a free attack onto the face there, and because there are no taunt minions on the board as he drops in a taunt. This is that same card that we saw earlier that we want to get some description on. Not only does he have taunt, but he has reborn, so he's going to bring it back, and he has death rattle. So this card here is going to end up generating Anthony's 6 health back. So eviscerate. This is another unique mechanic of rogue, is that combo mechanic. So some of the cards that the rogue can play has an additional effect they can do if it's played after another card. So Eviscerate being one of them. Eviscerate by itself doing 2 damage when its combo does 4. Sinister Strike, just 3 damage straight to the enemy hero. So again, there's some of those rogue spells that can be cast that do a lot of damage are present. So now that all the rogue's cards have attacks, we are out of stealth. He now has the ability to attack them to try to clear the board. So well played there. You notice the order that he played it in. It's a very simple strategy, not very overwhelming, but he played it well. He knew that by playing the school spirits, all 2 damage is going to be done to all minions. Every single minion on the board is going to take that 2 damage. So he made sure to attack face with both of those first, then throw out school spirits, knowing that it's going to also remove his minions as well. He didn't waste any damage onto the enemy minions. So again, really well played there. Just a common strategy. So we have the rogue. This is a strategy that's been there. You throw in a stealth unit and then you buff it. You just monster buff that unit until it has enough damage to kill. So there is kill threat on the board now for the rogue. We have 7 damage here. We have 5 damage here. So a total of 12 that can come through on the rogue's next round. So Anthony's is prepping for that, and he's looking at everything, calculating everything that's on the board and the possibilities. But depending on what he plays here, could also impact that can be affected by. We don't know what Shawnee State has in their hand. He has no choice. He's going to attack face here. Now, those stealth units are impacted, even though they can't be attacked or targeted, they can be impacted by AoE spells, as we see Anthony throwing out deal 2 damage. So you're going to see there's the 7 damage gone. So now we do see the rogue left with 5 attack damage on weapon. Anthony's sitting at 6. So he's going to if rogue drew a sinister strike here or even eviscerate, that's game over. But he knows that's game. He didn't have enough to prevent it, so he surrendered there. So Shawnee State goes up 2 games now in the series. We're going to stay in spectator mode here. I didn't realize that we could do that, so that's great. So we're going to switch back to just chatting. And here we go. We are back out in here. So we're going to let them get started. They're going to go through, get connected back again. And we'll see if Anthony brings out the warlock again. So again, trying to for people that are experienced with Hearthstone, this could be a particularly everything I'm saying is like, yeah, I know how all that works. But we may have we do have some viewers that are unfamiliar with the game, particularly faculty members and other students that are just trying to support the Badgers, right? So either way, here we go. We are back, game 3, and we do see Anthony mixing it up. So yeah, it looks like the Demon Hunter coming in for Fierce Patty at Shawnee State. Yeah, very good. And so we have Demon Hunter for both. So Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter. Let's see how this works out. To be honest, I'm unfamiliar with this class. It's not one that I ever played. It actually released after I stopped playing the game. So I'll be learning a little bit about Demon Hunter here as they progress hero power. Give themselves one attack, and then basically you're able to burn that there. So you might as well, if there's nothing else to do, you might as well cast that for 1 mana instead of 2. A lot of the hero power abilities are 2 mana, so it's interesting to see that that one's only 1. So we'll look at some of these cards and see what sort of combos we can get here. We have Soul Fragments coming through again, so very similar to the previous deck that Anthony was running with, dropping those Soul Fragments in so that when a card is drawn, they can be reactivated, potentially for a major effect based on how many cards are in the deck over here, and they could be drawn also to heal him, so double effect. So earlier we mentioned when a card attacks another card, they trade damage. Same thing happens when your hero attacks. They also trade damage. General rule of thumb, it's pretty effective if you're able to clear a minion or a card. Regular Hearthstone players don't flame me too much by messing up the terminology here, but generally it's a good idea to clear minions off the board if you have the ability to with your hero power. All right, so Shawnee State playing Il'gynoth here, which has lifesteal. Your lifesteal damages the enemy hero instead of healing you. So any lifesteal cards that come through from Fierce Patty are going to do when it attacks is going to do damage instead of healing the rogue. So or Demon Hunter rather. So interesting play. So when this comes up here, this is the opponent played so that they can pull four or choose a card basically. So they're presented with 3 options. So that's where we have this overlay. Be sure to stay on stream after our Hearthstone match is over. We will be streaming Valorant right after this, as our Valorant team is starting their season with Conference 1. We're excited for that and excited to be participating in Valorant. So we will go to that as soon as Hearthstone is over, but we still got a lot of Hearthstone to play. Um,
My blades aren't just for show.
the coin, okay, that's a good opportunity to talk about the coin because I have no clue about Demon Hunters, but the coin is if you're not the starting player, then you're presented with the coin, which is an additional card that is in your hand. And when you play it, you gain an additional mana crystal for that particular turn. So if you're sitting on turn 3 and you have a card that requires 4 mana, you can play the mana crystal and play your 4-cost card. So a pretty cool thing there for the player that is going second. So let's see Anthony now with board control. 2/6/6 cards here. One of them's already taken some damage. Rush. So that is the passive ability. I keep passing. I'm blending terminology between games here, but Rush is the card text that does
Demons.
allow you to attack
Demons.
immediately as soon as they're dropped down. So they're great for clearing the board of a of an opponent's cards and dropping that down so they can attack right away. They do still trade damage though, so you'll see that's why this one is taken
Throw
2 and it's no
swords
longer at 6/6 like the card to the right.
demons. Demons.
Uh, Again, if you're unfamiliar with the term, this rope means that the opponent is running out of time to play a card. When that expires, the turn is over. See a lot of cards being played here, and they do end up getting the attack off. 11 damage coming through. So we'll see what happens here. On the board right now, we have 12 damage plus 1, 13 damage. So we had a lot of cards drawn. And there you drop the Relentless Pursuit in there, gain the 4, and that's you're just going to attack face there. A lot of Hearthstone too is RNG, based on what sort of draws that you're getting, and you're really hoping. Sometimes games are unwinnable, depending on your card draw there. But that is going to be it for our opening Hearthstone match there. So we had a great best of 3 there with Shawnee State. Shawnee taking all 3 of those, but this is just really exciting because we now are competing in Hearthstone, whereas we weren't before, right? And this is we're still building the program here at Spring Hill, so as I'm really excited that Anthony was able to compete and play. He's also on our League of Legends team, which is unable to compete in the spring. So once that kind of fell through, I'm looking for other opportunities, other ways to get our players involved so they can still participate. And unfortunately, um, fortunately rather, we're able to compete in this where he can be the only one on the team, which is great. It's fantastic. It gives him the opportunity to compete and still represent Spring Hill, and also have a shot at some prizes, right, through NACE. So really cool that we have that chance. So an unfortunate loss that we took, but the season's not over yet. This is only week 1. I think we're going to go at least I think 6 weeks. Do you remember how long the season is? 8 weeks. So we've got a lot of Hearthstone to play. So if you're unfamiliar with the title, stick with us. We're going to be streaming this what's today? Tuesday? Every Tuesday night for the next 6 to 8 weeks, to see Anthony play and get some wins there and climb our way up in the standings for the NACE Hearthstone National Championship. Really exciting stuff. So be sure to show him some love on Twitter. Check us out on Twitter at SHC Esports. Let him know that you're proud of him. As we have some of the other Badgers members in the chat there, we see Chan the Man in there supporting, and Calvin is also in there, showing Anthony some love. So really cool to see the camaraderie and the team that we have here. A great community supporting each other. But we're going to go to break. We have at 8 o'clock. We're starting our Valorant matchup with Utah State. So that should be definitely be exciting. So stick around. You can shut the stream down for a little bit. We're going to keep it up. We're going to play that pre-reel. Be sure to check out our pre-reel as we're going on break and see some of our players. We've got our jerseys in. They're taking their pictures, and they're some of them are really photogenic. all of them are really photogenic. Well, let's just be honest here. They're all really photogenic. So make sure, as I'm getting some strange looks from some of the players in the lab, but make sure you check those out. So again, support the Badgers. Give us a follow on Twitter. Give us a follow on Twitch, and you may even hit that subscribe button too if you got some of those laying around. But either way, that's going to be it for us for Hearthstone. Be sure to tune in next week, and we're going to keep this thing going. All right, we are here for some Valorant action between Spring Hill College and Utah State Esports. So we're actually coordinating that in right now. We are able to observe. We're running with a 5-minute delay, so that no funny business going on. We want to keep everything fair. But let me actually change the title of our stream for a second. Let's see. We'll set CF1 Collegiate Valorant. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So if you haven't seen Valorant, for those of you that may be Spring Hill College faculty or other students, remember, oh, I don't remember, but basically Valorant is an FPS. It's a first-person shooter. That being said, let's see. I should be able to adjust my. I have to go to my stream manager here. Bear with me. Should be getting. They're gonna get together and coin flip. Hopefully my players are. Hey Zach, make sure y'all have their stuff. Reach out to them so that y'all can get the map bands and everything ready. Y'all should see everything on. Huh? Zion's doing it? Okay, awesome. So, sorry, we're trying to manage all this and get everything squared away. We are new to Conference 1. We did participate in one tournament of theirs. I had a great time. It was a great experience for us. Some of our players are brand new to Valorant, so it's definitely going to be. It definitely was interesting. We learned quite a bit. So we're going to let me go to my creator dashboard here. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. I need to actually change the name. Edit my stream info. There we go. CF1 Collegiate Valorant. This is going to be Spring Hill versus Utah State. Bear with me. Sorry about this, guys. We were running Hearthstone earlier today, so we're having to switch gears here, switch from Hearthstone over to Valorant. We are updated and done, so here we are, ready for some Valorant. All right, so they're getting together to flip. We'll go to flip. Okay. So we're going to coin flip. Let's see. All right, Zion should be flipping with them in Discord. So we should be squared away there. And then they're going to invite me to a match, hopefully. And we'll get going here. Sorry. Anyways, so Valorant is an FPS. Sorry for the confusion there, but we're making sure that we're going to get everything squared away. We did have some subscribers coming through, Arabo416 and McCary Tim. Thank you so much for the Prime subscriptions. That's awesome. So yeah, Kodo Draco, yeah, so Bama, you would think Eastern, but we actually, the way it lined up, we are in the Central Conference for it. So pretty interesting there. We'll switch over to observers and then make sure that y'all, now they're leaving. All right, there's a different. Make sure y'all invite me. So yeah, Bama is in we're Central. So the Central group is split into two. Just go there. We go. Let's hop over to observers. Sorry, we're getting into game right now. Get everything set up to observe. We're going to be doing everything from first person perspective, and part of the rules for Conference 1. So we're going to have the CF1 logo in the bottom right-hand corner during game, which is good. But right now they're going through a map, pick, and ban. So they're going to coin flip to determine who's going to pick or ban first. So if I recall correctly, it's ban, pick, pick, ban. And it is a best of 3. So the first team to win 2 maps will be the winner of the series. And there are 5 maps total in Valorant at the moment. So the one team gets a ban, the other team gets a ban, and then they'll definitely play the first 2 picked maps. And then the 5th and final map that was not either picked or banned would be the tiebreaker map for match number 5. So we're currently right now sitting in the lobby, ready to go. So we'll get some action here for you. Um, Everyone's getting warnings. Yeah, sorry, the Nightbot is new, so they're gonna catch some 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 spam things. So that needs to be adjusted as I'm sure we're getting raided here by the Utah State crew. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, no, just not literally raided, but no, we're getting a lot of Utah State fans in the chat. Good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you get to tune in and support your players as well. I'm assuming Utah State's not going to be streaming this. They may be streaming their first person POV, but either way, really cool that we can do this together. And you come join our stream to see your players. That's awesome, man. That's what this is all about. And repping our schools and having some friendly competition here. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Really good to see you guys. While you're here, you can give us a little hill yeah in the chat, and we'll be rocking and rolling here soon. So they're right now configuring the server that they're good with. Everybody's gonna look at their ping. Okay. So Utah State had first ban and banned Icebox, the map that everyone loves, Icebox. In complete transparency, uh, Icebox was going to be our ban as well. So I'm glad they took it off the table. So looks like ban pick pick, not ban pick pick ban. So they're going to ban split. So Spring Hill's banning split. Utah State banning Icebox. Hallelujah. And so that's going to leave the maps at Haven, Bind, and Ascent. Utah State picks Bind. Waiting for the Spring Hill pick here. Haven. So map pool is going to be Bind, Haven, Ascent. We will not see Icebox. We will not see Split. We're going to have Bind, Haven, Ascent. So it's going to be some. So all right. So we've had the gauntlet thrown down in chat. Stankerson here, hopping in, flexing his wallet. If Zion, who's unbelievable or rated, is he on? He's on unbelievable. Um, Unbelievable here. If he drops a 30 bomb, he's gonna donate gift $100. So we'll see. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that as we're sitting in lobby waiting now to get everything going. We're getting the map. Sorry, y'all are having to stare at my ugly face while they're getting everything going. We're sitting at 31 viewers. This is awesome. Thank you all for being here. I'm glad that USU, glad you're promoting the stream and brought a crew, brought a crowd. All right, we're ready and up. So keep our fingers crossed. We're gonna get in this thing soon, very soon. We're getting R's in the chat. I think we're about to roll in. Coco Draco said he's going to tell USU to throw. So we may have $100 coming our way thanks to Stankerson. Stankerson, I'm going to hold you to it. All right, we are loading in to Ascent. So we're going to swap over here. Get our CF1 logo there in the bottom right. So we can thank them so much for putting on this season. And make sure my game capture is working. Game capture is working. Capture should be working here. Come on. All right. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We're going to see what happens here. Come on, Streamlabs. Don't fail me. All right, we have to throw a window capture in here for a second. No, we're going to cancel that. Bear with me, y'all. Streamlabs is not enjoying this. Okay, which is great because they forgot to change the map. Perfect. So they didn't change the map correctly. So we're going to cut back out. They loaded in, but there's no... They actually have the wrong map selected. All right. So we're going to leave that. All right, sorry about that, guys. Let me try to get my my game capture figured out here. Any tips in the chat, you can throw those in. There we go. It looks like we have some game capture there. Nice, nice. I'm gonna make sure that's updating. All right, we're good to go. Coco Draco, you can drop us a hell yeah in the chat. We'd appreciate it. All right, let's throw some properties in here. All right, we should be good to go. Let me pull a monitor up, make sure that we're rocking and rolling with this. Again, we're sitting on a 5-minute delay. As we see the picks come through here, we're USU on defense with Spring Hill on attack. USU running the Rays, Killjoy, Omen, Phoenix, and Sova. Spring Hill running Sova, Sage, Reyna, Brimstone, and Cypher. So we're in for a great match here as we see everybody getting set up. As all of Spring Hill over here on B side as a flawless coming in from USU, absolutely mopped the floor with Spring Hill. That's gotta damage the ego a little bit. So we're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna adjust some settings. I'm not sure if the audio is coming through. Yeah, thank you, Carlos. Glad you noticed Badger Bucks down there. All right, Spring Hill. I'm gonna mix things up here as Phoenix does spot the Cypher camera. Silva darts for knowledge here. With some jiggle peeking going on. Spring Hill content here to run a similar strategy.
Right here.
As the pings come through, knowledge coming through. Spring Hill being very patient here with their approach. So they know they're here now. As we see the rotations coming in for USU. Although they're not certain. If you look at your mini-map there, as teleporters are taken. So we have kind of an audible here being called from Spring Hill. We'll see how USU react. McWhirt's holding sight down on his own as Ninja's getting the plant down. Great shock darts there. And we do have a trade, a 1-for-1 here. We have this post-plant setup here for Spring Hill as a kill's picked up from Cypher. He's holding in U-Haul. Wow, great headshot there from here as USU is diffusing. And unfortunately, everything kind of fell apart for for the Cypher. He was stuck in U-Haul, and USU does reclaim, has a great retake on the site. Great job, USU. That's a good effort there from Spring Hill. Getting that plant down, much better showing than round one, getting those early jitters out of the way. See some recon darts coming through, both Sovas. Trying to get some information here, get some idea of where the other team is lining up, setting up defensive positions. The Omen Smoke comes in to slow down this push here from Spring Hill. Cypher's making his way. We have the regroup here. The Rain of Blind comes through as we have the other Sova here waiting. We have a very similar situation that we had last round. The wall goes up, the bomb goes down, spike is planted. We have the slow field. They're about to break through the wall here. Sage has to be careful here. Rain is stuck behind the firewall. It's all up to Reyna and Cypher here to hold this site and get this plan off. A great trade, 1-for-1 there from the Reyna. Cypher comes through, picks up the kill, and that's going to be round one here for Spring Hill. Great job. It is not going to be a 13-round sweep. As I know I have users in there taunting the Nightbot. I want to apologize. Nightbot doesn't fully know the ways of Spring Hill. Nightbot hasn't, they haven't been dropping Hill-Yes in the chat yet. I know Nightbot's giving y'all a hard time. Just be patient. So Spring Hill now trying a different game plan here. Looks like they're going to be pushing more towards B side. Trying to gather information, although we did see that call earlier as we see USU fishing for information here.
Cover going out.
Good smoke there from the Omen. One of the good advantages of having the Omen on smoke is that nearly map-wide smoke presence, which is really good. All right, Spring Hill is getting the plant down on B as USU looking to retake there. Great defense there from Chandler. And we're looking at a 3-on-5 though. Another one down for USU. Another good pickup from Chandler. That's his second, and Spring Hill picks up map number 4. I'm sorry, round number 4. We are off to the races here. We have a tie series here, which is great. Tied map, 2 for 2. Awesome. Random, you're gonna have to. Says fix your sense, coach. Is it maybe my mic sensitivity? All right, yeah, maybe I'm talking way too loud. We do have some game audio here. Okay, we got everything adjusted. Sorry it took a while, but you should be good to go now.
Revealing area.
Spring Hill
Take
here.
flight.
Looks like a similar strat to last round. They're gonna stack B. The B push was very successful. They're gonna do it again as we can look at the mini map and see USU's reaction to this. Great flash from the Phoenix to be able to pick up the Sage. Stim beacon goes down. Right now Spring Hill down a man. 2 over here, and Elbow picks off the Sage. Slimsy making his way over. Spring Hill down to just the Cypher. Great recovery there from USU. They were not having that 2-map swing. Came through and had to show what they were working with here. So now USU up 3-2. It's great to see how competitive this map is so far. Be honest, when Spring Hill's first competition, honestly, I forget who we played, but we had the floor absolutely. The floor, they mopped the floor with us. That's what I'm trying to say. It may have been the Psy Bears, but they dominated us in that first tournament. So it was very humbling. It gave us an idea of what we were working with, and so the guys have been putting in work to come back, and it's good to see that they're having a better showing here and ready to play. So as we see a different strategy here coming out, the B push didn't work anymore, so it looks like they're sending Sova over to B to gather some intel, see what's going on. As the rest of Spring Hill is coming in, we see the Brim smokes coming through, smoking off U-Haul and truck. Sova takes teleporter to join them, and they're going to full 5-man stack this A here with Sova flanking over here. He's got to be careful though. Getting plant down.
Nowhere to run.
As the Sova ult does come through from Chandler, and the Cypher ult comes through. So Spring Hill saving their ults here and using all of them here is a great pickup from McWhird as he was holding long that view from heaven. We have the res coming in from the Sage, turning this now into a 4v2. Great pickup there from the Killjoy. Now a 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Recon dart coming through. Reyna trying to hold this plant here, and unfortunately peeked right into the Killjoy, who gets 4 kills that map, or that round rather. Take a look at the scoreboard here for you. I was watching a stream the other day, and it was frustrating because I could never see the scoreboards. We'll pull that up and let you take a look at it. Killjoy there putting in work, sitting at 8-3-3. Cozy right behind him on Phoenix with 8-4-2. McWhird picking up some kills that round as well. So Killjoy was sitting at 4-3 and shot all the way up to the top of the kill board there from Spring Hill side. Chan the man on the Sova. Top fragging for Spring Hillside at 5-5-1. Let's see what's happening here as we have that peak over here on long. The Omen smoke comes through. Phoenix holding this angle here. Smokes come down. This looks they're gonna go aggressive now. There goes the Reyna blind. Soon after the Great fire right at the bottom of the hookah window, damaging Spring Hill as they come out. But they are able to claim side, but Phoenix is on the back end, putting in
One enemy remaining.
picks up 3 kills for himself. Cozy is a force. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Here we go. We are getting back now into this. I've discovered the hotkeys for switching around through Spectator Stankerson. I'm going to give you an update here.
Scanning ahead.
Rated's only at 4, so he's got some work to do. See Reyna on the push here. Break this blind here, you're going to see Spring Hill push. We have the Brim smokes coming down. Plant is happening. Sage dropping that. Wall is down, so standard play here as that Killjoy ult takes out 2. Great use of that. You know, just common place there behind there. Chan Man. Headshot. Slimzy with 4. Can Slimzy get the pin? They give it to him. Great ace from Slimzy.
Hey.
Talk about collateral damage!
USU goes up 6-2. Spring Hill looking to recover here.
Time to explode.
See all rifles coming through from USU, and it looks like Spring Hill sitting on SMGs. We'll get a look at this push over here from Spring Hill, pushing on to B side. Through, as Killjoy has all of that blocked off. So we'll switch over to long side.
Deploying drone.
The drone goes in, try to get some recon here, find out, but
Enemy
again, all of this. This does give time for USU to get those rotations in as Reyna goes down quickly. Everybody else filing in one at a time. Chandler's able to pick up a kill, but he does leave Cypher all by himself in a 1v4. Doesn't look very hopeful. He gets picked up there. So Spring Hill now dropping 2-7 against USU. USU very, very wealthy. See everybody was sitting really high there. So Cozy looked like he grabbed the Odin there for a second, swaps it back out for a rifle.
I need to blow something up.
So all of them sitting at right about 8,000 except for Omen. So we see this aggressive push here from Slimzy. See if he can get it. Alright, and that's what Spring Hill wants right there. So what they're looking for is Reyna getting that initial frag.
Still inside.
So now they should be able to take this site with a numbers advantage. So we're going to get the plant down and then get into that plant position. As the Omen TP's over. Let's catch the Phoenix. Trying to retake site. We have the defender killed there. That's going to make things pretty interesting. We have the Brimstone ult coming through as well.
Come on, let's go!
Killjoy. As well, the use has started, and Spring Hill is stuck behind the wall over here. Great Sage wall. Rated holding strong, but the defense is coming through.
One enemy remaining.
Another pickup there. Play for time here. And it looks like Spring Hill might pick. Yeah, they do. They pick it up.
You forget. I always
Great distraction there from Rated. 7, 8, and 2 for him now. So that's going to give Spring Hill a little bit of money to work with and kill some of that USU economy they had going. So they're going to have to spend to get back into it, but it's not going to hurt them too much. They had a lot of money to work with.
Goes there.
Let you see the buys coming through. You see what McWord is working with there. So we're interested to see him use that right here. Say that we have a push over here from
I have
Spring
the
Hill.
spike.
They weren't both peeking the same angle, so one was hugging the wall, one was wide. We have the old orb being taken there. Sova.
There.
And all this time, this patience coming through. The spike is down. That spike is not in a good spot. So Spring Hill now stuck in this gunfight if they're going to make something happen here. It's 5v2.
Last player standing.
1v5. Not happening. A lot of uncoordination there on the side of Spring Hill. And you definitely need to clean that up.
Last round before the switch.
So we're going to see all that money being spent here from UZU if they're not fully already. And Spring Hill are going to drain everything that they've got, empty the wallets, buy as much as they can in order to get a round win here before the swap.
Let's flush them out.
Great pickup there from Slimsy. So that's going to really halt that strategy there, because again, they're counting on Reyna getting that opening kill, that opening frag. Slimsy definitely doing some work. We're going to keep an eye on.
You will not
Cozy
kill
stuff.
my allies.
So here we have the Sage ult coming through, bringing it back.
Satchel out.
Haven't seen it
Nowhere
here.
to run!
Yeah, McWord picking up the snipe there onto the Reyna. Reyna died twice this round. Another kill. Slimsy grabs it himself one as well. We're holding this angle.
Right here.
Last player standing.
Now we're down to Cypher again. Can he do it again? The Killjoy ult barely misses. Phoenix ult down.
30 seconds left. Where is everyone
Alright, he's
hiding?
going for it. 1v3, but he's only got 20 seconds to do it. Seconds, gotta make something happen.
10 seconds left.
See where Cozy's looking here. I'm sorry,
Found
Killjoy.
them.
He's able to pick it up and pad those stats just a little bit more. Cozy and
Switching sides.
it's Captain spelled backward on the Killjoy there. I'm gonna call him Captain. Cozy and Captain there in the kill race. See who's gonna top the leaderboard. 9 and 3 at the end of the half as we swap sides here. Spring Hill now going on defense, USU on offense. Yeah, let's see. Just don't. Let's see. We had an issue with some bots in here, by the way. So I threw Nightbot in there, but well, bots, not Nightbot, but we did throw some. We had some other spam bots in here, spamming websites and stuff. So I had to bring Nightbot in, clean things up. Sorry, it's giving y'all problems. Cozy picking up the early kill here, as USU can see their full stack over here on this side. Are pushing on the B side. Another pickup for Cozy. He's and Captain doesn't give it to him. Still impressive from Cozy. That's why Nightbot was in there. Now we have the Doritos being spammed in chat. Take a look at the setup here as we have the base on point. Smoke's coming through. Sage spot. Sets the wall up. Drops a slow orb to slow their push. Shooting time. Wait around, but Cozy's already in.
Come on, let's go!
Pops the ult. Let's get taken out, but the bomb is down. Here on the retake.
Last player standing.
Notice. Here with the Aldrone. Nobu all by himself. 1v2. They know where he's at. Can't catch a break. He's got the Aldrone on. He's got the recon dart on him. He's down to 6 bullets. What did he do with 6 bullets? Not much. And that's going to be another round win for USU. Alright. 11-3 here. Two more round wins here for USU is going to put them as the map winner here.
Revealing area.
So gathering info, recon dart's destroyed, so he knows that USU is bringing a number over here, just not sure how many.
Placing swarm grenade.
Swarm
grenade
going
out.
down. USU making their presence known here on this side. Spike going down. Waited in, pick one
Spike
up.
planted.
Phoenix trades it. There we go. A little bit of teamwork there. 3-on-3 left. 2-on-2. Can they coordinate this? Raiden sitting near the bomb. As we see light coming through. Defuse coming.
One enemy remaining.
Wall.
Last
Bomb
player
is
standing.
down halfway, and Cozy coming through. Clutch, picking that up, stopping the defuse.
Match point.
26-5. Or I'm sorry, 26-5 and 6 his score line. Great job. Sage is still in spawn. Let's buy something, Sage. Get out there.
Scanning ahead.
The USU crowd is cracking me up in chat here. USU on the push here. Gunfight going down.
Joke's over! You're
Here on
dead!
this side, here comes the Phoenix ult. See if he can grab a kill while he's here. He doesn't, but he's able to tag Cypher for 70. Cypher goes down. Chandler trades one. The plant goes down.
Spike planted.
See what the Raina can do on the retake.
Last player standing.
Let's keep an eye on Cozy.
You should run.
Attackers win.
Great map there for USU.
Anyone?
picking that up pretty convincingly. The match started really tight early with a 2-2 tie, and then USU really started to figure out Spring Hill as we progressed past round number 4. Here's your scoreboard at the end of that one. Cypher sitting up top and really all by his lonesome with the rest of the Badgers down here at the bottom. But it's only one map. We still got one more map to go to determine if we're going to go to a map 3. I don't know if I want to risk tabbing out here. So, all right, here we go. Max, we're going to let them get situated. See what the next map is going to be. Again, want to thank the USU crowd for being here, filling the chat full of puns. See a lot of Dorito talk and usage of some Spring Hill players' names and showing their love for their and support for their team. We really appreciate that. It's good to see. And Arabo gifting subs in the chat. So we have a small break right now as the teams are kind of discussing and talking about things. All right, so that being said, we're going to take a small break right now. We're just going to run a 60-second commercial. I'll be honest with you. Okay, we run the commercial now. If anybody comes in, hopefully they don't have to watch one. Okay, so we're going to run a commercial. We'll be right back with map number 2 between Spring Hill and USU. All right, we are back. We run those commercial breaks to one, because if we don't run them, then people are going to be hit with commercial breaks when they come in. So it does help to run those. Plus, it helps support our program here. So thank you all for tuning in, watching, showing some love for your team and some love for Spring Hill in the process as we get all this built up. So Great to see USU representing well. So we are moving into map number 2. USU does have a 1-map lead right now, 1-0. We're going to switch over to end game here. Make sure that Streamlabs is picking it up. Hallelujah. Here we go. Let's do this. Map number 2. We're going with Haven. USU on attack. Spring Hill on defense. This was Spring Hill's pick. So let's see what they got. They also chose defense. So they did get to choose their side for this map. So we'll check some of their strats coming through as we take a look at the agents being selected. Cozy. Thinking about it a little bit. By the way, we also had a sub coming in for USU. Looks like Waffle Warrior is in.
Choose your
To
agent.
show what he's got. And the pick comes through. Finalized there. So Spring Hill running something pretty similar to what we saw last round. We have the Brim, Sova, Cypher, Sage, and then we have the Phoenix this time. No Reyna. So we're having Minced switching over to Brim as opposed to Reyna. We look over the other side. On USU's side, we're bringing in the Jet, Reyna, Cypher, Sova, and Omen. So double smoke, double intel, and then we have our entry fragger here on Reyna. On the other side, we have the double intel and single smoke, but we have the wall from the Sage. Entry fragging on Phoenix. So get an idea what USU has on this map. I hear something is about to go down.
There.
Good jiggle peek there. So they're calling out where they are. With now each side has a little bit of information. I've seen McWirt picking a kill up already, just as I was trying to swap over to him. Another kill coming through. Spring Hill's got to watch their corners. Smoke goes up to heaven. Bombs being planted.
Spike planted.
So you see what Spring Hill has for the retake.
Last player standing.
Sage a little slow on the trigger finger. Cypher picking up a kill. And then the trade coming in from USU. Jumping in together. I get a look at Cypher's HP. I wonder if it would have been better for Cypher to peek first so that Sage can heal if need be. Here's our setup here. Cypher holding down Seaside well. Okay, he can do that on his own pretty much. Sova over here holding down Garage. Sage being able to hold down mid, wall if necessary, and then we bring in Brim and Phoenix on A side. So we get a look at what USU has going here. So we're gonna have a little bit of a peek going on here. USU playing this one slow. Just trying to get some information. Spring Hill not really giving them any. Have a slight peek here. Watch the Jet. Jet supporting the Reyna here. No action happening. And now they're going to make their move. Sage Wall does go down. Does buy some time. There goes the Omen smoke. Jet is in. Bomb's going down, and here comes Spring Hill with the retake. Pick up from the Omen. Waffle Warrior here getting some action in. Jet over here on the backside, but dropped quickly by Cypher and Brimstone is left all by himself in a 1v4 situation.
Now
Oh, nice one tap there. Shot. Recon dart come in. That was a good headshot there, real quick. Reflexes from the Brim, but that was going to be a tough ask for him. Oh, the commercial went. Yeah, so that's unfortunate with the delay. I actually didn't program a commercial game. Alright. So we'll have to run that when we have really extended times. Jet coming in quickly, the Cypher able to go up very quickly. USU full stacking here over on C and not giving Spring Hill time to rotate over at all as the plant comes through from
planted.
Let's see this retake here. See what smokes. Brim doesn't have any smokes available for this retake. So we're going to be relying on the Phoenix Flash.
Last player standing.
That goes down quickly. Great pick up there from Cozy.
Take everything.
Just action here. You can see USU's plan. Also peeking here. Phoenix barely getting out of there with his life.
Smoke down.
Brim holding this angle really tight with the shotgun. There's one. Gets two. The bomb is being planted. Another pickup there for Spring Hill. It's a 3v2 for them now.
One enemy remaining.
Chandler picking up a kill.
Last
Player
player
remaining.
Revealing area.
USU. There's the recon dart. And the pickup for Chandler. Great job. Defuse. I'm gonna say he probably stalled on the defuse because he may not have known what key it was to begin
They
defusing.
sacrifice for nothing.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. Hopefully, when he goes back and watches this, he'll pick that up. I can imagine in Discord yelling 4, 4, 4. All right, so Spring Hill picking it up around. USU is still leading 3-1 though as we take a look at the scoreboard. Spring Hill able to get him some rifles in there, but you still see USU's economy going strong there. All rifles.
Launching smoke.
Brim smoke going down, assisting the Sage. Just gathering some intel here. Take an eye, get an idea of what's happening here with the Reyna as we look over. Sova with the owl drone. See this mid push as well. There goes the Sage wall. Try to slow down this push. I'm not sure if Spring Hill knows how many is here.
Revealing area.
Alright, so he knows. They know there's at least one. There goes the wall break. Lindsay dashing in to drop that. We have the Brim ult coming through, and it does stop the plant. Great job from Spring Hill there. Combat stem goes down. Spring Hill picking up some kills. We're stuck in all of this smoke that's going on.
30
Cozy
seconds left.
unable to do the spray transfer onto Minced. Spring Hill gun swap there for
One
Minced.
enemy remaining.
Spring Hill low on health with a full health Sova.
Last player standing.
We're
10
picking that
seconds
one up.
left.
And Merkwood's able to pick that up. He out-healthed them. That was definitely tough. We're now sitting on his ultimate, get an idea of what's happening now across the board. You can see Spring Hill struggling with money right now.
Scanning ahead.
Recon dart, but it didn't look like it picked anything up. See the peek here on Garage. Spring Hill just trying to get some information, trying to figure out where they need to rotate if needed. The wall is up. The Aldrone comes in. Does connect. They know you're there, Sova. Good dodge there. Great ult there from McWirt. The Aldrone dart. The recon lasts long enough where you can aim that ult and get some kills in as we have the push coming through. They have taken C site. Plant goes down in the corner.
I know exactly where you are.
The Cypher ult coming in as well.
Healer down.
That slow peek is not very good.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Flawless win there for USU. Spring Hill playing rattled, playing without confidence. Appreciate y'all showing us some love in chat. This is a brand new team. Some of the guys are brand new to Valorant, actually. Some of our other teams fell through, unfortunately, due to some issues beyond their control, and they just were eager to compete. So here they are. You see Sage up on the wall here. See the break coming through. Trajectory that orb does tell them that's where he's at, as we see Sova over here with the Reyna. Playing chicken here, let's see what happens. Got a little bit of a jiggle peek going on. Sage not gonna peek that. USU playing this really slow. Getting down to 45 seconds now. Spring Hill just holding. Not overcommitting with a rotate. As we see USU making
30
a push
seconds
happen
left.
here. We see the Omen smoke come in. Heaven is smoked off. And now it's time for Spring Hill to commit to this retake. Let's see what they got going. The bomb is going down. There's the Phoenix ult. He's not able to pick anything up as Waffle Warrior picks up a kill. Recon dart coming in. There's the Phoenix flash. Not able to pick anything up. Flashes himself, unfortunately. Phoenix on point.
One enemy remaining.
Spike diffuser's down, but it was at halfway, and he sticks to it, but there's just too much firepower there, and they knew where the bomb was. Great job from USU. 6-1 on the map. Take a look at the scoreboard. We're getting a raid here from Beef. Another Spring Hill rep coming in, bringing some viewers with him. Appreciate that.
Let's go.
Line coming through. Arena does push in through Garage. And we see a rotate coming in from Spring Hill. Another blind going down. Pick up a kill. Cozy trades it. Rated is on site though.
Goodbye.
So we go now down to a 3 for 3. Jet dashes in. Nobu picks up the kill.
One enemy
Sage
remaining.
dodging around through the smoke. It's now a 2v1 in favor of
Last
Spring Hill.
player standing.
And Spring Hill picks him one up. Great job. Trading that kill, taking advantage of USU player looking the other way. You're safe to swing out and pick up the frag. It was a great round pickup for Spring Hill, but they definitely need to do some more work to try to start starving USU. Make them buy more as we start to see some of the buys. Check out Slimsy there. But Cozy McWirt still sitting pretty strong. So Spring Hill has an opportunity here to really put some
Camera
hurt to
taken out.
a couple of the wallets on USU side.
Inside.
So over here getting picked on. Alright. Good 1-for-1 trade. Flash your teammate there. Spring Hill good, not overcommitting. See Brimstone rotating around, trying to keep an eye on A. See this angle here that Rain is holding. Phoenix walked right into it. Reyna. Spring Hill now on 2v4. Comes the Brim ult. Not able to pick up the Sova.
Sit still.
Sova is in hell right now. Here comes the Cypher.
Last player standing.
Great pickup there. Switch to the pistol. Here's footsteps. A little late to defuse, but this could be an opportunity to mess up some
Enemy remaining.
USU economy.
Hold on to your hats.
Can you draw out the Cypher? And he gets the pick, but I don't think he has enough time for the bomb. He doesn't. But that definitely was some work put in there from Minced. Gives him a little bit of spending money. So Slimsy down, now not able to make as big of a purchase as he did last round. You see all the USU members had a healthy enough economy, able to rifle back up, with the exception of Waffle Warrior, who's rocking my gun of choice, an SMG.
Launching smoke.
About to see some action here. Aggressive stance here from Sova. And swings wide into 3 members of USU. That is not what you want to be doing. the wall. Not really sure what the slow orb was going to be doing with the wall still up. It's better to hang on to that.
Cage triggered.
Here we have sight take. Cozy's ult coming through. Raiden getting the rotates in, picking up some kills.
One enemy remaining.
Omen sitting in garage. Got a frenzy. Alright, snags the Vandal. Unfortunately, not able to pick up that trade. So now we have another round one for USU. They're in an 8-2 lead now. Joining us. USU did win map number 1. We are in map number 2. They've got to win 13 rounds in order to win the map. So USU well on their way to a 2-0 sweep in this series. Spring Hill still got some fight left in them. Without even looking, Slimsy's still able to flick over and pick up the kill as he dashes in, drops some smoke down. The plant coming through from Omen. As McWirt watches long. Condar's coming through. Cypher coming in for the retake as well.
Camera taken.
Good pick up. Down to 2. Pick up there, but a good trade there from USU. Cypher all by himself. USU going up
round
now,
in the half.
9-2. Round 12. Spring Hill coordinate these retakes a little more. Maybe get an early pick. The wall's been taken down by USU. See Phoenix coming in, holding the angle here. Oh, you can see you there. Smoke goes down.
Nowhere to run!
Work's ult coming through. Doesn't look like it expected. We have a trading of Sova ults. Neither one of them finding their mark. As Phoenix does go down. Rain here pushing through, about to walk through that Cypher trap. Does see it. Slimsy plants. Pick up there.
Taken out.
2 picked up here for USU. 3 with the wall bang onto the Omen. It's 4v2 on the map right now. They know where they're at. We're gonna see the defuse come in. We're gonna start defusing.
No more.
One enemy remaining.
Good defuse from Spring Hill and a couple kills picked up. Chandler Grabbing him 3.
Scanning ahead.
Switching sides.
Spring Hill is not dead yet. But they've definitely got a lot of work to do. Sequence of events was very promising. Great job for them. But now, we swap sides. See what Spring Hill has on offense.
Eyes up.
Looks like Spring Hill have a full
Revealing
stack
area.
C-side here. Silva holding it down. Definitely is able to get a lot of recon off. So very effective. That flash. Rough. The plant comes down to very quickly. So they can get in post-plant. Cypher making a rotation over. Ball goes down. 3v3. Let's see what Spring Hill has for this as Cypher's sneaking his way in. Takes out the brim.
Last player standing.
Cage 3.
The defuse is coming through though. Cypher does
One
stop
enemy
it.
remaining.
Gets one. And it looks like he's able to hold him off enough. We have a similar situation that we had last time, and Spring Hill is able to pick up the round, 4-9. Cypher did enough distracting to keep that round in Spring Hill's favor. Nice hatchet there, Slimsy. Spring Hill now, hopefully they'll put a little boost in him. So now that with the round switching over, we have that economy reset. So see what Spring Hill can do with it as you look across.
It's our turn.
So Spring Hill does have an advantage now, just from winning that round and the economy reset. But that was a great shot guard. Spring Hill wasn't able to take it out fast enough.
Smoke's down.
So USU knows exactly what's going on here. Great pickup from McWord. It's the judge coming through. That's just dirty. Spike going down, but your teammates are going down right in front of you.
Last player standing.
Can the Cypher make a hero play again as Jet's gonna dash around? Outnumbered. 3-1 on site. Even if Cypher did pick one up, Owen was gonna be there to grab that trade. Spring Hill very aggressive on the plant there. I would say they need to make sure they spend time securing site a little bit more. As you can see him now, full stacking over here on A.
Watch and learn. Right here.
Makes you wonder if they shouldn't make some noise on another site. Try to mix it up a little bit, but if they can sneak up in here onto A, it's very difficult to sneak up on Cypher. Reyna making the rotation over. Omen smokes coming in. Great smoke from Omen. USU knows something's up here.
I have
Waffle
retrieved this
Warrior
fight.
picking one up. Smite gets picked back up. Trading. Cypher on site. Cypher with the plant. Get it off. He does. Phoenix now in hell. Brim watching heaven. Cypher on plant. Great pick up there from Slimsy. So we can find
Last player
the
standing.
frenzy. So 1v2 here. See some Cypher magic again. It looks like we might. And he does again.
You copies are nothing.
Cypher 17 and 14 now, and he grabs the op on the way out. Doesn't
Weapon
keep it.
here.
wants to give it to somebody else. USU, what happened to chat? Your chat slowed down. No more Dorito spam in there. See what can happen here with the op. Dart comes through. They weren't able to get eyes on any USU members here as the smoke comes through, and great smoke to deny that op. As we have two owl drones coming in. The smokes come down. They know something's up. Switch over to Slimzy.
Not ready.
Slimzy picking up another one here. Slimzy's still in the area. Slimzy ults. The plant's going down.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
We're not going to get any Cypher magic this game, at least not from the Spring Hill side. Decide who's gonna get the ult points for this. Give it to Omen. Omen coming in with ult now. So good communication there from USU. Spring Hill definitely having a better showing on this map. Having good takes. Definitely a lot of nerves happening, for sure. So see the smoke coming through, the trap coming through from the Cypher to pick up that cross.
Revealing
See
area.
if this recon dart picks anything up. It doesn't. But that does give USU some intel here. Flash, but Cozy. Good night. Grabbing both of them. The flash goes over Cozy's head. A flawless take there from USU.
Match point.
Phoenix definitely wasn't expecting the Random to be that close. A little bit of a gun inspection there. Keep an eye on Slimzy here, see if he can catch somebody crossing. Quick pickup there. Spring Hill now in a numbers advantage. Omen smoking to try to slow down Spring Hill's push. Spring Hill now needs to play this out well. They have a numbers advantage. Omen in a really good spot here. A good trade. We're picking up one. 3 for 3 now. USU evening it out. Sage doesn't have heal for another 9 seconds. So Spring Hill needs to play this one a little slow, but the Cypher ult comes through. USU knows exactly what's going on. Spring Hill just, as expected, saving, holding on to that Sage ult.
Blocking sight.
Double smokes there coming through from Jet. Sage pushing
30
on
seconds
her
left.
own over here. Not really sure you want to be doing that. The owl drone comes through. You have 19 seconds. Spring Hill's got to make a play. Planting without her team being there. I'm not really sure
Last player standing.
what's going on with that.
One enemy remaining.
And the defenders
Defenders
won.
win.
They weren't able to get the kills in time. that is going to do it for this series. We take a final look at the scoreboard here. Cozy coming in, picking up some nice frags, finishing out 27, 11, and 11, followed by Spring Hill Cypher, unbelievable. That's Zion, dropping 21. Where's Stankerson at? At 21, not quite 30. I know he predicted 30, so that was almost $100 won right there. McWork coming in next, 15, 10, and 13, followed by Spring Hills Minced at 13 and 16. And so a good showing there. And then the rest of the USU squad really putting in work and dropping double-digit frags here. And the other Spring Hill members are sitting at the bottom of that scoreboard. So some GGs coming through from USU. It was definitely a good match. It was awesome to compete and be a part of this season that's happening with CF1. It's glad to see the USU squad coming in and supporting their team. It's good to see that supporting Spring Hill at the same time and in our journey and building our program. So I want to thank you all for being here. That is going to do it for this series. We did have Hearthstone as well as Valorant tonight. And we're going to continue to have Hearthstone and Valorant for the foreseeable future on Tuesday nights. Eventually, we're going to be adding Fortnite solos into the mix on Tuesday nights. So we may end up bouncing back and forth between streams and between games, showing Hearthstone and Fortnite a little bit around the 7 o'clock hour, and then jumping into a best of 3 with Valorant uh, later on in the night. So that is going to do it for us here on campus at Spring Hill College here in Mobile, Alabama. Give us a follow on Twitter at SHC Esports. SHC Esports. Follow us on Twitter. Just where you get all the notifications when we go live, when we're streaming, and see some of our social graphics that we're putting out and trying to promote our students who are supporting our program through esports and getting experience here in this community and building a community of their own here on campus. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for the USU squad for coming in and supporting their team and supporting our stream at the same time. It was great having you. You guys have a great night.